مرحبا جميعا. Hello Tsuzama, всем привет, and hello everyone. Strikoder here. I will come back to a new episode of the OSCP journey. In today's episode, we're gonna solve an easy Linux machine on HackTheBox called Soulmate. The machines cover an FTP called the CrushFTP and the Erlang server, which is running on an internal port. However, let's get the IBN started. We gonna start by exporting all this IP, and I'm going to run the browser. Okay, and now it's running HTTP. So I prefer to start. We need to add Soulmate. However, I added that a little bit earlier. So you add that into the etc hosts in order to see that running. Then you run the Nmap in order to run the scripts on the port 80. And here we have the website. Whenever I see a name server, I would run, I believe, FAF. Yeah, it's FAF. And try to enumerate the DNS with soulmate. Hopefully it makes sense. So 302, I'm going to filter 302. And hopefully we would get any server from here. FAF again, but not this FAF. I'm going to search for other FAF. For this, it's going to be Soulmate. And using graph, I'm going to search for directories. We have assets, and let's check first of all using Ctrl U. I always try to start with the source code in order to see if there are any hidden directories or a flaw in the source code or any hidden backend stuff. So we see login, which we can see in here. I look at the bottom left corner in order to check where that page is gonna take me. So we have login and get started. What do we have else in here? Register. So it's the same. It doesn't take me to any place. We might add that, or at least soulmate.hackthebox, it's already been added. And we might add hello as a user, but it's not the case here. Let's try admin or 1 equals 1. I'm gonna copy paste this. It's not working. Sign up, would it take us to the register page? Yeah, so all of them lead us to the same page. Let's try Strikoder, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we could insert a malicious thing, create account. Let's try to sign in for now. So we can try and insert a malicious photo, or try so not a malicious photo, actually you would play with the content of that photo and leave the header. I've tried that and it takes a lot of time to show that in the video. You can check other videos if you want to test that. However, we can get back to here, still nothing running in here, and we see profile.php, register, login, logout, dashboard. So probably we can check the dashboard. .hackthebox dashboard. In some machines you would take the token and start from here. So dash board. I wonder why it's not working. So in some machines you might start enumerating from here. I tried that. I haven't found anything. And here, I wonder why I don't find anything through the DNS. Actually, let me try DNS using wfuzz. So it's gonna be Soulmate, and it's printing the 10. I'm gonna hide width of 10, and we found FTP. So the previous video, I believe it was signed HackTheBox. I couldn't find that using wfuzz, so I used puff. Now it's the other way around. So bitquark subdomains top 1000, and here I believe I used the same one, matcher 302, 301, so we have an FTP. If you really know the reason behind that, please let me know in the comment section. So let's try for now ftp.soulmate.hackthebox. We need to add that as well. So add host is gonna be ftp.soulmate.hackthebox. Now we can run nuclei against this ftp.soulmate.hackthebox, and we see a login page. We can run as well fuff again against this. It's gonna be ftp.soulmate.hackthebox. So it takes us to the web interface. Let me try first removing the web interface and check. So it's redirecting us to here. And it's gonna be okay, was not found. I thought it's gonna be a redirection to login.html. So you can start by this, enumerating by this, then by this, and finishing with the login.html. In order not to have a 3 hours video, just like some of the old videos that I have on the channel, I'm going to move forward. So we have CrushFTP, and we see sign in. I always like to check the source code. So I see a bit of JavaScript in here, and we see a title. So I usually would take that title, or I would take that and search for. I might as well copy the code and search on that on GitHub, and see what do we have. So we have a CrushFTP login, so it's not a custom FTP web interface, but rather from the internet. So in that case, I would go into here and search for CrushFTP, CrushFTP. So it's like this. And let's see exploits. And since we are preparing for the OSCP, so it's still running in here. Search exploit CrushFTP. We have a couple of stuff. I would usually search for version. So here the captcha version, maybe var. Nah. Oops. Maybe I would then try to search for these exact numbers. There is none. 7.2. I don't think that's about the version. So yeah, probably for an easy machine, it's gonna be an authentication bypass or a directory traversal to check few files actually we can check the multiple vulnerabilities as well. Let's try and start by the authentication bypass, which is 52295. So search exploit. If it didn't work, I'm gonna move on. 95. So it's not verified. Okay, we can try that. Python 3. Or should I run that with UV? Let's try Python 3 for now. If I can type that correctly. 5222. So it's running, but with the few errors, I believe. Dash dash target example.com. So we have ftp.soulmate.hackthebox. Do we need to provide the IP as well? Maybe dash dash check. Found 0 variable targets. Okay. Actually, let me check the source code and see what can we do from there. I'm going to vim this. We see the requirements, we already have them. Target, mark as variable, mark exploited, save results, check variability. And there is an exploit, we can try that. On the port, I'm gonna leave timeout as 10, target user, new user and password. So it creates a user probably. And we can verify user created. But I wonder why it doesn't show that in the help. Okay, so I'm going to move on for now and see the exact CVE. So 2025-31161 CVE 31161. It's about CrushFTP CVE authentication bypass. What is it? It's explaining we need to fire up burp. Let's burp that. Okie dokie. Next, my babe. Start up. And let's fire up. We start by using 8081 as always, because I like to keep 8080 for Bloodhound. And yep, proxy, intercept. And here is our request. Okay, so what do they say in here? To the web interface, function, command, get user list. Let's try to copy this. Actually, it's in here. So it's getting the user list from here. And the cookie, it's gonna be crush. Is it an overflow? Nah. With e. So I'm gonna take the cookie in here and paste it in here. The authorization is gonna be crush admin. So we don't have authorization in here. I'm gonna paste that in here. I haven't copied that. And connection close. Let's try and send that. Bad gateway. Maybe I would keep alive the connection. So yep. And now we see the users in here. Okay, that's cool. So we have OK, properties, user first, bin, crash admin, default. So it's definitely variable to this. And let's try to deeply dive into here. So probably it's doing the same thing. I saw the header. So it's checking if HTTP or HTTPS. Exploit, it's in here. So here are few examples. Single target, check, exploit, new user, hacker, and password. Okay, so let's try that. I'm going to use this target. I forgot, I believe, exploit, then new user Strikoder, and new bass is gonna be ABCD1234, and maybe that's it. So it's gonna be password. What do we have in here? So it's using port 443. Do we have anything related to the port? We can use the proxy and change it from there. Port, yeah. -- port 80. And it seems to me successfully exploited one targets. Okay, that's strange. Let's try and see. I need this. Intercept off. Strikoder ABCD1234. So login has. It didn't work. I wonder why. So by using the website, it worked through Burp. Maybe let's try proxying that. And let's catch that in here. So I need to provide HTTP localhost. And here is it. We see the command. I'm going to intercept a normal request and see. So I don't need to add port 80, I believe, in here. And maybe I would get this into here. I'm gonna try actually both of them with the login and with function. What do we need as well? Crush auth. Maybe we can add the 11111. Let me forward this and let me forward this. Here we got an OK. Now let me send this into there so it's in the second window. I've sent this. I'm going to stop intercepting. Refresh this. ABCD 1 2 3 4. So it worked. So probably we needed only to remove port 80 or probably to redirect that to the correct place. And we see admin. Alrighty, that's a lot of stuff. Server admin, user manager. So there is Ben. Can we read the files or the folders? Here is the crush admin. Here is our user. So let's check Ben. So what I usually do in a CTF is changing the password of all users if I could without providing the old password, or maybe let's give us few stuff. Yeah, so upload. I cannot. Maybe I would discard changes. Yeah, can I give him upload? Maybe crush admin would do. Let's actually remove his password ABCD 1 2 3 4 and let's add save. Let me now how to get out. Log out, yes. Crush admin ABCD 1 2 3 4. Now we are in. Let's try. So I cannot add. Maybe with advanced. So maybe if we added upload, we can upload a web shell. Does anyone has the upload function? So it's a new VFS. Hmm. So I'm trying to press on that. It's not allowing me. Although I'm an admin now. Maybe I could search online for CrushFTP RCE. That's vague. Alright, so bin, Discord changes. Maybe I would, okay, so I would need to choose the folder and give him the stuff. So I would start with Ben, then with Vienna. Maybe one of them has the access for the website. I believe Ben. Maybe web production is the way. Save that. Okay. Mm, maybe let's see. Maybe let's add the app and the bin. Give them upload and save it. So here we have an error, but I believe it worked. Let's give that upload function to here as well. Let's try change Ben's password, ABCD1234. So I'm on a separate VIP plus machine. That's why it's okay. I'm gonna change that. No, I'm gonna change this. 234 and save this. Let's try get out. Ben ABCD1234. Okay, so now we see the folders. Here is maybe the website. Here is some few stuff. Dashboards. So here is the web production. Can we upload somehow? Upload. We see that. So we need a PHP reverse shell and cd into home. Linux? No. A reverse shell. Do I have a PHP? Yes, I do. So it's gonna be vim PHP reverse shell PHP. And I'm going to take the IB echo IB, paste this in here. I'm gonna change it to 4444. And in here, I'm going to run Penelope, my favorite shell catcher. I'm gonna leave that like this. Then move into here, add files or upload, home, reverse web shells, PHP reverse shell, Yes, sir. And upload. It has been uploaded. And now, okay, it's downloading that. I'm going to take the link and let's say into here. Am I getting a shell? Nah. Maybe like this, or more precisely like this. Connection refused. Because I'm connecting that to itself, not to myself. Address IBA. I should have taken this. Show tenant 0 grep. Okay, let me copy this. Yes, sir. Them, and now it's gonna work. Now let's try again with. Let's remove this first. Do I have remove? No, I don't. Let's try and see if I upload again what would happen. So it's gonna remove this. I'm going to change its name. And in here, we have a ref shell. Interact 1. We got a stable shell. Who am I? We are data. First of all, I would check var html and environment. We don't have anything in here. Nothing in here as well. So we have HTML and Soulmate. We have config. We have config.php. Is there any password? There is a crush for admin 99, but I don't think. Is it for a database? Most probably in data soulmate.db. But probably that's not our way through. So we need to find other way. We can try that, but what can we do as well? Let's try and visit the home. Can we list bin? We cannot, so we need to get credentials for user bin. Either we search for its name in the system, grep, so I usually use this, but I'm gonna search for bin. but Ben is a small kind of word, no permissions. Maybe let's try with var. Yeah, that's what I expected. No permission, no permission. A lot of git stuff. It's gonna take a while. What goes into my mind is checking if Ben is running anything. I don't think we can run that as www, and we don't have the path. So ps -- forest, and as Ipsex always say, add the list dot s dash s, and you can see here the root stuff. Wait. Okay. So here we have a bit of action. What is this? It's too long. It's using the Erlang. It's starting listening on the interface. And we have, oopsie, I've gone too far. And it's using this. I'm going to, probably it's not gonna be copied. Let me exit. I believe it was in user, local lib, Erlang, login, start, script. And here we see Ben credentials. So probably if we search for Ben more precisely in the user local using the Ben search, it would have found this initially or eventually. Sudo dash u Ben. How do we change the user? I forgot how to change the user through terminal in Linux. Isn't switch user? Okay. Dash u Ben, switch user Ben, and we are Ben. Okie dokie. Since we have his password, sudo dash l immediately. This is your password. Okay, you cannot run password on his. We have taken the password from Erlang, so let's see what Erlang's is gonna look like. Sudo net, no, without sudo netstat dash tunnel b. We have that listening. All of these are listening on the internal one. However, if we checked the Erlang, it's gonna be listening on 2222. We can either try to curl each one of these. For instance, how to usually I would check for internal port before using any type of port forwarding is using internal tools. It's not a website. netcat 120. Maybe I would add env help. Since there is no header and no interaction, I would skip that unless I had no other interaction with all the ports, then I would try to port forward all of them. I've done that for each port of them until I reached that FAT2222. So it's getting slow a little bit, but that's okay. Actually, it's 4 twos, and we see Erlang 529 in here, SSH Erlang. So SSH Erlang 529 exploit. And we see this. Actually, I have that already as well. 5 months ago, I used that on a couple of machines, probably one including tryhackme. So I would take this and check for the patch version and the affected one. So ours is 529. So 5 to 10 is patched. So probably it's gonna be. Let's check this. So yeah, probably it's gonna be variable. Alrighty, so let me take this. Vim exploit.python. Probably it won't have vim, so it's gonna be vi and cannot type in here. Let me go to bin, cd home, cd bin, cd bin, excuse me. Okay, so get user and then vi exploit.python. I'm gonna paste this in here, save this, and then edit the IB to match our IB. Echo, not our IB, IBA, and in here, that's what I love about Penelope. You can leave the 4444 and it's gonna listen on that one again. So where do we go from here? Python 3 exploit.py. I'm gonna press F12. You detach the session. Okay, we still have one. If the server is variable, it should have written to lab.text. Okay. Maybe let's try instead of the bash something more easier. Something easier. So vi exploit.py os.cmd. cp root.text into the home. So here we have the root. So probably it didn't work using the reverse shell. Maybe we can change the port or the command itself. Actually, I'm keen on making that work. Vi exploit bash os ref shells. I'm going to paste my IP, the same listener, 444, Linux, I would say terminal friendly, and take this. Haven't I? So I copied that, but yeah, it was hanging a little bit. So probably this should work. Fingers crossed. And it still doesn't work. Interact 1. Is it because of the double quotations stuff are not good formatted? Let's try 443. Still the shell doesn't catch anything. Maybe because it's doing that from within the SSH, but I don't think that that is the case. Let's try to read the root. Probably we don't have enough permissions for that. Yes, sir. Okay, so cd into bin again. Vi exploit. I'm going to change the command to something else. Copy bin bash into home bash, then home bash. I believe we need to change mod plus s, and we need a space in here. Let's run this. So home bash dash b id. Yeah, still not root. Okay. Let's check the source code again. So let's get a little bit down. Let me see the source in here. Pro defense. Actually, let me copy the CVE in here. I'm going to use this one then. Probably mine is not. So this is better since it's already been edited with the arguments. I'm going to copy this. You can still check mine on GitHub. I will edit that after the video. Vi exploit.python. Let me remove everything in here. And then, oops. No lines in buffer. Here are they. Python 3. And let me get my IB. IBA. Exploit. And no host specified dash help. So I will try to use port 2222 shell l host and l port 4444. No host specified. Host. Let me check. So shell, I need to provide that at the beginning. Invalid shell. Let's try 4443. Still invalid shell. So I'm going to use ncat-nvlp 444 and then in here let's try 444. So probably we need to change the command if that didn't work. We got that working. That's okay. cd into root, cat root. So you just need to change the command if you need that working with the Penelope. Let me check. Yeah, so that was it, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please make sure to like, share, leave a comment and subscribe. If you need or any help or have any question, let me know in the comment section. As usually, I would finish the video by catting the flags. And see you next time.